everyone to DreamHack Mobile Series, coming to you live from Sweden. It is a gorgeous day, inside and out. All of the patrons here running around and competing in all of the games that DreamHack Summer 2019 has to offer. Hopefully one day you can check it out if you haven't already. Where have you been? Come on over. I'm Lisa Malambry, aka Lucy May. And to close out our quarterfinals day here with Clash Royale is Ali Speed and Woody. Oh my goodness, here we go. We're about to find out who our final four are.
I'm ready. We've already got 3 semifinalists on the books. Ali, it's so great to be back on the desk with you.
I'm excited, and we've switched it up a little bit. I'm on this side. I don't know what I'm doing. I feel a little lost over here, but it's okay. We're going to work together. We're going to work it out.
We win these, and I actually just found out we've got some minions on my side, too. Oh, we got a
The
bag.
counter minions.
These are my friends.
I like them.
I want them closer. Thanks,
Okay,
that's good.
fine.
Okay, cool.
You don't get to keep them. They're not yours.
They're
They're mine.
We do. They are yours? Oh. I was like, if they're yours, I won't take them, but now I will since they're not. Anyways, so if you're just joining us, we have had a lovely day. Let's take a look at the bracket on the matchups that we've seen thus far. What has gone down? Who's won? Who's advancing? Ali, do you want to talk a little bit about this and what we've been seeing?
Sure. So earlier in the day, we saw a pretty ridiculous sweep there from Tochilovash. I'm sure I'm messing that up. But anyway, so we've got him versus Schwartzen in the final. We had a really good matchup between Schwartzen and Bob the Turtle. That was very exciting there. But those two have advanced to the semis. One Hive Hunter being overtaken by Mostema 3-1. So Mostema is in it, and our final matchup of the day is going to be Gxtorshot versus Garcizalez. And I'm really hyped to see that. Are you ready for this, Woody? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I'm really excited about this last match because it once again pits a player that I know pretty well, Gxtorshot. He's been in the community for a long time. He's actually a pro player in the Superliga Orange, playing for Arctic Gaming against Garcizalez, a player who I didn't know quite as well before this event, but whom I have great faith in now that I've seen 3 stomping performances from players who made it through the online qualifiers.
Yeah, and I guess some relatively unknowns here against players that we do know. So it's been some interesting upsets here, and I'm excited to see this train keep chugging along here. So Garcizalez, we're looking at you, but no pressure, but we're looking at you.
Except Gxtorshot, Woody's looking at him. He's like, come on.
Oh, yeah.
Don't make me wrong again.
Again, for real, right? I predicted pretty much no correct games this time around.
You got the alley curse.
That was me last time. Maybe it's that chair.
Yeah.
Is it the chair?
Oh. No, I was wrong in that chair also.
Oh, dang.
Woody's just always wrong.
No, it's fine. No,
Hey,
he's taking over that role for me, so
But
that's fine. I'm fine.
everything else, you are so right. It can't be wrong, it's right.
Oh,
It's
right,
so
right,
wrong,
right.
it's right, Woody.
Appreciate
I don't even
the
know.
recovery
I'll
there.
save you.
Hey, by the way, happy Father's Day to any of the fathers out there watching the stream, and to anyone who's got a father or father figure out there who helped you in any way in Clash Royale.
Can you
Make
be
sure to give him a little shout out.
Will you be my Clash Papa?
Clash Papa?
My Clash Papa?
Yeah, sure.
Be my Papa?
Our summer
Oh.
series, Daddy? Oh.
Whoa, all right. Not sure if I can take on that sort of
There
responsibility.
are
And deploy
young
the
people
minions!
present. Yeah. Oy, oy, oy.
That's what they sound like.
It's a little bit of late day lewdness coming out on the desk. It's fine.
Well, I don't know about you
We'll
guys.
work it out at dinner tonight.
We've got it under control.
For me, it's the
All
jet
right.
lag.
I think we've got a deck coming up, so we're going to take a look at what Gxtorshot is working with here. Woody, talk us through this.
So this is a Goblin Giant Sparky deck. It's one we've seen many times already in this tournament. In fact, I think we saw a mirror match earlier where we saw Goblin
did.
Giant and Sparky. He's going to be using Goblin Giant as the tank out in front to try to soak some blows and get a little bit of chip damage with those Spear Goblins, while the Sparky is going to be the big threat on the back line, deals a ton of splash damage. Costs 6 elixir, so it's pretty difficult to put a push like that together, but especially in double elixir time, shouldn't have too much trouble. Garcizalez has got 3 different decks that he can choose from, a Royal Giant Furnace deck, a Minor Balloon deck, and a Bridge Spam deck. I think that the only one that Gxtorshot would really be confidently ahead against would be the Minor Loon deck.
The Minor Loon, okay.
Both of those other 2 are pretty good counters.
That's not the one we have highlighted.
No need to guess. Here it is.
Yeah, this is another one. This is his. He's got the Ice Whiz, the Spirit.
Yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and categorize this as like a Bridge Spam deck. It's got the Battle Ram in there.
Yeah, because the Ram there, yeah.
Yeah, an Inferno Dragon is really good against shutting down super expensive
Mine.
big decks. I think they're happy with you there. Are we getting a card sneak peek? Is there going to be like a minion queen coming out? Spawns
Maybe.
minions?
I would love
It's the
that.
reveal. I'm the literal.
You're the
DLC
minion queen.
reveal. Rah!
Or some kind of new like witch that just
Yeah.
spawns
Ooh.
minions. I would love
Could be
that.
interesting.
Ooh,
Yeah.
minions instead of bats. What would
Yeah.
they be called? should be called.
So that one's the
Night
Dark
Witch.
Witch. The Night
Spawns
Witch. Sorry,
bats,
not
yeah.
that's Dark Prince. I always get those backwards.
I want like
What
a
could we
Brood
call
Lord
her?
figure, like a big,
Ooh,
like
yes.
flying, you know, like beast that just fires minions out.
It's terrifying. We'll brainstorm a couple names,
Okay.
and then we'll fire off some emails, some tweets to Clash and see what they think about our $1 million ideas here for these new deck options.
Keep working on it.
I like
Maybe
I
one
like
day.
that. You're just having the time of your life over there.
I'm literally in
I'm a
La
little
La
jealous.
Land now.
I'm a little jealous. Is it the jet lag? Is it kicking off?
It is.
It is.
It's
yeah.
very, I'm loopy now.
For all of us, we're
Really?
we're hanging on by a thread.
It's the last matchup of this the quarterfinals, and I'm semi-sad that it's almost over for today.
No, but we've got a whole other day full of Brawl Stars and Clash.
Ah,
And I
well,
think we've got our first
Here
match
it
of
is,
the day.
guys. I'll see you later.
You're not taking those minions. Don't take them. Leave them on the desk. All right, let's go. Here we go. Gxtorshot on the lower half of your screen. Garcizalez on the top. What have we got here, Woody?
Well, for those of you who are
opening
just-
plays.
Yeah, well, it looks like they're starting off pretty slow. This is a best of 5 matchup, so they each
Right.
have 3 decks that have no overlap, except perhaps spells are allowed to be used in multiple decks. But this matchup, as we mentioned earlier, is going to be the Goblin Giant Sparky deck from Gxtorshot against kind of a bridge spammy type deck from Garcizalez.
Exactly, and I think it was a good thing for you to bring up once again for everybody watching at home in case you are just now tuning in. This is going to be Conquest format here, which we've seen all day, but just in case we've got some new viewers here, walk us through what Conquest format is.
Of course, so the players submit 3 decks before the tournament begins. No deck may have the same troop or building card in it. They may have spells duplicated across those decks, but the players have to win using all 3 of those decks in order to advance.
Yeah, right. So since it is a best of 5, first of 3 wins, all 3 have to be played. And that's a little bit of a challenge in and of itself, I think, is crafting 3 really solid decks. And I think we've seen here that there are some decks that are just hard to play against, hard to counter if you don't have the stuff and you can't adjust mid-series. Oh, the Sparky
Certainly
doesn't
true.
get-
We saw a great interaction there over on the left side. Ice Spirit's catching the attention of that Sparky to try to keep it off tower. Garcizalez showing his skill with this bridge spam deck. It's a deck that you really have to play in a pretty rapid manner, especially against these large decks, the likes of which we've seen now from Gxtorshot. Sending in a Goblin Giant and a Sparky is pretty difficult to deal with, especially when it's backed up with that Mega Minion to try to deal with the Inferno Tower. But so far, pretty even trades on the left side. Nothing really connecting the first couple minutes.
Yeah, a little bit of damage there on the 2 left towers for these boys, but nothing super, super intense just yet. And now we are into double elixir. 1 minute left in this matchup. Let's see what's going on. Ooh, Snowball spreading those barbs out a little bit.
Yep, Barbarrel on the ground also manages to catch them and keep them distracted for a little while there. Sparky's charging up, trying to get a shot on tower, but Inferno Dragon and Magic Archer are able to take it down. That's going to be a big push out
Here
the left lane.
comes the Ram.
Connects on tower, and that's going to be at least a few swings from those Barbarians. Sparky takes it down, but can't shoot at those flying targets. Minions are going to start swatting the tower down to 1152 now, and that's a big inroad for Garcizalez. Something that you got to really be aware of when you're playing against a bridge spam deck like this is that you cannot let them gain control of the lane. This is a deck that performs extremely well whenever it's able to just hold that bridge and just add on troop after troop after troop to continue building up pressure, especially against a big deck like Goblin Giant Sparky. You really don't have any opportunity to let them gain control of the bridge.
Oh, and that was a nice
Can't
snowball
pull up any push.
to back that Ram up and let the Sparky get a hit on that. Unfortunately, those boys are not going to be doing any damage there. We still got time. We got another 3 minutes to go here. Oh,
And Garcizalez is perfectly happy to switch lanes, even though he's got an advantage over on the left side. If he's going to allow that Battle Ram to connect, I think that he's pretty happy about the damage he grabs there. It is a 2-for-4 counter in Gxtorshot's favor, so this could be an opportunity to push left lane, but he doesn't have any of his big tanks out in front. He's just trying to send in a Dark Prince, and once again, I think it's a little bit too little to connect tower.
yeah, that Dragon's going to take him down. Oh, here we go again. One more push there on the right side here. The Ram coming in. Going to connect with that tower. Some good damage coming in there.
Garcizalez is playing really well,
He is.
especially given a deck that you typically just see a lot of troops kind of just fired off one after the other. He's playing very smart in making sure that this Sparky doesn't get a single shot on tower, but it's getting awfully close now. There's going to be a lock there from the Dark Prince. Makes it onto the tower. He's getting several shots off. That's going to be a block from those Barbarians on the backside, preventing the Sparky from getting the hit in, but that is what Gxtorshot was looking for. Finally a landing, a blow on that right side tower, Allie.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good, but look at this retort, this return on the left-hand side. Look at the range also on that archer. That's just devastating.
Yeah,
He
Magic
scares
Archer
me.
has some of
Don't
the
like that.
longest range in the entire game, and he uses it to take down those small troops really quickly.
Really clearing the path there for the Ram to go in and do that big damage on the towers. But again, the Sparky just devastating them there on the left side before he can really get that big hit off with the charge.
I just feel so bad for this Goblin Giant just getting burnt up by Inferno
Every
Dragon
time, I know,
time.
every time.
And Mega Minion is a decent counter there. Giant Snowball can knock back the Inferno Dragon and reset the charge of its beam, but it just doesn't seem to be good enough in this case to get the Goblin Giant on the tower. In fact, the only damage Garcizalez has gotten so far was from a right side hit from the Dark Prince. So let's see if he manages to make it happen this time.
Yeah.
That's going to be some guaranteed damage from Magic Archer in left lane, though, if he just soaks it. That's quite a bit. He's committing to the right side. Goblin Giant's actually made it onto the tower, and it's stabbing it down really quickly. Lightning could be enough to finish this game off, and I think Gxtorshot's got it. Can he get the hit off?
There it is! The win. Beautifully done. Excellent to close out that match. That's our first game in the series. Well played. GG.
Garcizalez was playing beautifully in the first 3-4
So
minutes
well.
of that, but I think that Gxtorshot just needed 2 or 3 good hits. He found it on that right side tower in great counterattacks. He was willing to soak a little bit of damage, in fact, from Battle Rams coming in left and right in order to generate the Elixir lead necessary to put this push together, but he managed to get it done. Goblin Giant and Sparky are a bit of a favorite against that bridge spam, not a very decisive one, but you saw him playing very well there, despite Garcizalez also putting up a fantastic fight, switching lanes left and right, making sure that that Giant Snowball didn't get too much value against his Inferno Dragon. I think it was just not having a solid counter to that last Goblin Giant push.
That final push there, yeah. And I mean, he was just biding his time. Gxtorshot played that extremely well. I honestly, in the beginning, I thought that Garcez was doing a great job. He had enough damage on both towers. I was thinking maybe something could happen here, but Gxtorshot, again, just patience, biding his time, waiting for that opening, and finally getting it there in the last few seconds of the game. So let's look at this deck. We've got is this a Royal Giant with a Lightning?
It is a Royal Giant Furnace deck, and this is pretty much the exact opposite from what we saw Garcizalez last time. He was playing a very quick deck that can like to lane swap a lot. Instead, this time, this Royal Giant deck is going to play very slowly, typically won't make a big push until double elixir time. Will rely on a little bit of splash damage maybe here and there from the Furnace. It can finish off with the Lightning, but really does need to get several Royal Giant hits off on tower in order to get the win. Other side, though, we've got Gxtorshot using a P.E.K.K.A. Ram Rider deck. A bit more control-oriented. The really crucial interaction between these two decks is going to be whether or not Gxtorshot can take down the Royal Giant using that P.E.K.K.A. If he manages to get it down early and prevents shots on tower from the Royal Giant, he'll be in a good position. But there are a lot of tricks in the Royal Giant deck sleeve to try to deal with big cards like P.E.K.K.A.
It's terrifying. Again, just I imagine sometimes if I actually had to be in an arena with these guys, it kind of to scale what it would be like. It'd be incredibly terrifying.
You'd be a princess on the tower, right, Alec?
I hope so. I'm not going to be on the ground. I can't fight. All right, here we go.
Maybe you'll be the magician brewing up the spells in the background.
Maybe I will,
Yeah.
yes. I'll just be like an advisor somewhere in the bottom of the King Tower, like, yeah, you're doing
you should do
great.
that.
You
Oh,
look
yeah.
great.
You're the one who like
Keep going.
cranks the cannon up, activates.
Yeah, I'm the cannon operator. That's me. I stay hidden most of the game anyway. I'm fine. I like that. I accept that. I love the bandit. I think I would be a bandit if I could be anything.
Ooh,
I do like her. She's speedy and fun.
she is. Yeah, she can dash pretty far too.
All right, musket in the back. Following the ice golem. Is it golem or golem? How do you say it?
Oh, that's a question that'll go down in the ages as something that will remain unanswered.
I think it's probably golem,
As
but-
many people that say golem will say, there's another many that'll say golem.
Well, now I think for me, it was just confusion because of the character golem. So I was like, maybe that's where I'm getting mixed up. It doesn't matter anyway. Who cares? Snowball, barbarians off the deck. We're chilling.
I think
I
if you
was gonna
ask a purist, they're more likely to say golem, but
Really?
I pretty much say golem all the time now.
I say golem too. I don't know. I know that it's like some kind of folklore. It's a character formed out of typically clay, some anthropomorphic thing. I don't know. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's the end of the day. I don't know. The balloon is down. Baby dragon. Ram Rider coming out.
Dangerous opportunity to strike here for Garcizalez. He's
Yeah.
trying to get that balloon onto tower, but it looks like it's going to be a little bit short, especially with the Ram Rider knocking it back. That is not going to be good enough to take it down. And you know what? I think that these decks are actually not the ones that we saw previewed.
They're not. I was going to say this is not what we saw. I know those were decks that they are using, but it's not actually in this matchup what we're seeing.
Right.
That's okay.
So we do have the P.E.K.K.A from Gxtorshot, but not
Garcy's
the Royal
deck
Giant
is
Ferns
not the Royal,
that we were expecting.
which I think they probably figured out before we said that, but it's okay. We're all just working together here. It's a good time. Fighting time.
Giant Snowball knocks the Miner onto the King. A crucial misplay from Garcizalez, dropping that Miner back there. Gxtorshot's going to get a big advantage from having his King Tower activated, and you're going to have to do double duty now as the cannon operator in the behind the scenes.
I'm up to the challenge. Put me in, coach. Here we go.
Baby Dragon finds a lock on tower, but Garcizalez manages to knock it off using that.
Ram Rider's going to get distracted again.
Ooh, charges into the Inferno Tower, but that right side is really low. Gxtorshot
low.
could just switch to Lightning Cycle here if he wants to go for a safe option, but looks like he'll continue to apply pressure to that right side lane after all.
And so now, what are we looking at in terms of, is this double elixir for the deck that Garcys has? It's not what we thought.
So Garcizalez is actually going for an all-in push out the left side. Knows that his right side tower is going down, and so he's going to send in the balloon, the Miner, the whole kitchen sink. Doesn't manage to get the tower down, but got it a whole lot closer than I expected. Very well played to him. And with Garcizalez dropping game number 2, Gxtorshot is now in a 2-0 lead, Ali. We might have Gxtorshot, our local qualifier, advancing after all, the only one, and with a potential sweep opportunity too.
Could be a clean sweep. Yeah, earlier I know I was just a little bit confused. I think I misread everything about how these guys came to this tournament, and it turns out the 3 previous winners, Schwartzen, Tochilovash, and Mostema, all were in the online qualifiers, and they all did end up winning those.
Yeah, it was a mistake on my part too, because I recognize names like One Hive Hunter and Floppy.
Sure.
They're huge in the community, and so I assumed that they were the online qualifiers, but I think that they just also kind of happened to live in the local area, and Floppy qualified through a Samsung in-store competition.
Right, that was kind of a special qualifier for them, yeah, but the others I think came in through the open, but I didn't know. I should have put my faith in the internets. I should have trusted in the websites, in the .coms, because I did read it there, but then it's okay, I got distracted. But we know now, so it's not as quite of a crazy upset as I was kind of spinning it as earlier. Everything I said was garbage, basically, is what I'm saying now. So, but yeah, I'm excited to see what Gxtorshot can do, and now he's going to be forced again, because we're in Conquest format here. He's got 1 deck left. Whereas
that's the Miner Balloon deck against Garcizalez, who can still choose from any of his 3 decks. You see Garcizalez actually repping Team Queso up here on stage. He's got the jersey from that CRL West team. But can he prevent the sweep?
This is it. This is his chance. We'll see if he can do it.
I gotta say,
Gxtorshot with a 2 lead here.
Yeah, a 2-0 lead for Gxtorshot. I think that Garcizalez played a lot better in the first few minutes of the first game, but I don't know if it's fatigue or if he just didn't have the good deck matchup after that, but he hasn't been doing much better since then.
Yeah, I mean, it comes down to that. We've touched on this, I think, a few other times, but it really is, it's a lot of pressure here. There's a lot of money on the line, and this is not an environment that everybody necessarily feels comfortable in. You make quick mistakes, that kind of tension and nervousness might compound and cause you to just continue to misstep, and those kind of micro errors are so critical, especially at this level of play.
They can be critical. I gotta tell you, Ali, there's 90 plus cards in the game, and each player gets to build an 8-card deck. I'm pretty sure that there's more card combinations than atoms in the known universe, and yet we still have the exact same 8-card deck from both of these players, an absolute mirror match on both sides. So we'll just have to see who can pilot it to victory.
Honestly, it might be. I don't know if it's necessarily. I don't know what the right word to use is here. Not predictable, but I know that there are things that just work. It's tried and true. These guys have put hundreds and hundreds, and in some cases probably thousands of hours into this game. So I understand that they know what works. But like you said, it's just those fine-tuning moments, those waiting for an opportunity to strike, and actually really knowing, playing with patience, playing with focus, that's going to get you that victory here. The loon is out.
Minor loons from both players. This time it's Gxtorshot's turn to attack, though. They're both running that Inferno Tower on defense, so that should be enough to shut the balloon down. We were actually talking about that earlier. It's a really easy way to distract and make sure that it doesn't go toward tower, but they're both playing primarily on the right side lane here, and that's an easy shutdown of the Musketeer, and once again, Balloon's just going to get pulled right into the Inferno.
I had a question earlier. So with the loon explosion, is proximity damage a factor? Is it less damage, or is it just a damage radius that's all the same?
It deals the same damage to
same damage in the area. Okay, I just wanted to double check that because I was not sure. I assumed that was the case, but thank you for clarifying. This is why we have experts, folks. I've got the questions, he's got the answers.
Now this is a bit of a backwards push from Gxtorshot. The Musketeer actually is out in front of the Ice Golem, so that forced a Barbarian barrel down there from Gxtorshot to try to keep that Musketeer alive, managed to do so, and now it's going to be more Musketeers stacking up over on the right side. Musketeers and Ice Golem aplenty. Shutting down this balloon now with an Inferno Tower in the center, and I think most of the damage that we're going to see from this game alley is going to be from those miners sent directly onto the tower.
Yeah, just chipping away out there, living their best lives. I was talking earlier about how funny it looked to have a miner just running down the field if he's used defensively, just kind of moving around by himself. And there you go, there's another miner out. Ooh, Musketeer pushing up the right side though. I think Tower's gonna be able to take care of that. We're in overtime, sudden death, let's go.
It is an absolute mirror match, but hold on, that balloon got awfully close on the left side. I thought it was going to be a drop, but it's just going to get the death damage there. It seems like Gxtorshot prefers to go for this split lane push and is happy to kind of play left and right, trying to get Garcizalez off of his game. Meanwhile, Garcizalez has been pretty much only focusing on the right side. You're starting to see, even though they're playing the exact same decks, that they have a little bit of a different play style here. And with a card like Balloon, all you need is one drop, and you can really swing the momentum of a game from one lane to the other very quickly.
Yeah.
So I like that Gxtorshot is willing to play both left and right side, but if Garcizalez manages to keep that defensive up, I think that he'll be able to claim the advantage by focusing over on the right side lane there.
I like to see these Barbarians going, and the Barb brothers going at it. All right, let's see what this balloon can do. Will he make it in? The tower's down. Probably not. We're just going to keep seeing that.
The dangerous thing is you got to burn up that Ice Golem and then refocus and try to burn up the balloon. You saw right there Gxtorshot sending in a miner to try to distract the Inferno Tower, but it's still not enough.
Yeah.
There's just plenty of defensive firepower from Garcizalez on top and bottom to be able to deal with those complex pushes. Nevertheless, though, he does manage to get a few chip shots in there, and the miner brings the tower down to 1668.
Oh, look at this. Balloon coming in, the miner out. Will he be able to get down the Inferno Tower beforehand? He does.
Giant Snowball took out the skeletons that were surrounding that miner, and this is going to be a difficult push. Can he keep the balloon off? No! Balloon gets the drop, and Garcizalez is now pulling far ahead. Going to continue to pressure that right side lane with balloons.
494 damage left on that right side tower. Will he be able to make the same smooth play to get that balloon over? I don't think so. No.
The balloon parade continues. No more hits on that right side, but Garcizalez is going to keep on sending them in anyways. This is going to be a race that is not going to go in Gxtorshot's favor. He's going to have to block once again with that Inferno Tower, and it looks like that means he will not be able to commit too much to that left side. Nice Giant Snowball, but not going to get any damage on tower from that. And does that balloon death damage connect?
No.
Yes, it does! Right side is going down.
Oh my goodness. No.
Just need one more miner hitter.
30 left.
Snowball.
There it is. Garcizalez takes game 3. We've got ourselves a matchup here, Woody.
Garcizalez drops 2, but in the mirror match, he comes on through. Now down 1 and 2 in this best of 5 setup. He doesn't have access to that Miner Loon deck anymore. He's going to have to switch either to the Royal Giant Furnace.
And he knows that's all Gxtorshot can work with now. That's his last option, is that same deck. So.
That's right. I think that RG Furnace deck is probably favored against the Miner Loon that Gxtorshot is playing. The bridge spam that we saw at the very beginning is probably about an even matchup. So if I were Garcizalez, I would pick the Royal Giant Furnace deck to go with next.
We'll see what he does. I'm gonna go with your prediction on this one. I know you were getting a little bit of crap earlier about your predictions being wrong, but I'm gonna go with you on this one. Let's see what he does.
Look, Lucy just has to call it like it is, and I don't blame her one bit.
The deep thought. The consideration. This is a lot of pressure, and he knows it too. Gxtorshot knows he is just 1 game away from advancing to the semifinals tomorrow here in Jönköping, and he wants it. I think he probably wants it.
Of course.
He wants the money, he wants the bragging rights.
I don't think there's any player here who didn't want it.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't make a whole lot of sense, would it?
He did indeed choose the Royal Giant Furnace deck. That should give him a little bit of an advantage. In fact, we checked over on Stats Royale, and it looks like the Royal Giant Furnace deck has a 16.2% net win advantage over the Miner Loon that Gxtorshot is running. That's not a decisive edge by any means, but should give him a little bit of wiggle room there. If he's got the skills, this ought to be a winnable game for Garcizalez.
And I mean, we saw him, like you just said, in that mirror matchup. He made some decent plays. He pulled it together. And I'm excited to see what happens here. Let's go. Potentially the last game, hopefully not. We love a bit more Clash. When we can get it, we'll take it.
Lightsama is leading the cheers in chat for another reverse sweep. Can Garcizalez pull it off? I think he's got a decent shot here. He's not an underdog against this Miner Loon deck with either of his two remaining options here. And because he played so well in game number 1, I want to give him a fair shake here, but
sure.
I think it's probably better to still assume that Gxtorshot's going to be able to pull a win off against at least one of these decks.
Yeah.
Garcizalez.
We'll see what happens. Musketeer just making her way up. Downtown, walking fast. Faces pass. Sorry. I had to.
She's homebound.
She's homebound.
Her home is just when she's sitting
God,
there
I
on the
love you.
tower firing away. That's
Woody,
exactly
you're such a good sport. I'm such a dingus and you're just rolling with it, and I really appreciate that.
What kind of co-caster would I be if I'm out here just shooting you down all the time?
Yeah,
You might as well
that's
call
right.
me Lucy May.
I'm gonna hide under the shade real quick. Take a little mental vacation. Furnace is down.
And this is one of the big reasons why this Royal Giant Furnace deck has got an advantage over the Balloon. It's got a cheap 4 for 5 counter to shut the Balloon down, dragging it to the center, and lots of counterattacking opportunities. Now, in the first couple of minutes, you're not going to see much of a chance for that Royal Giant to come on out, but once double elixir time kicks in, they're going to start rolling in from Garcizalez' side of the map.
Garcizalez will be making some moves. Oh, the bar barrel. I love it. I think it might be one of my favorite cards. I don't know why. I just love it.
Well, it's pretty versatile. You know,
It
it doesn't get much of a chance when the matchup is so heavy like this.
Right.
Obviously, he can't hit a Balloon, and the Royal Giant isn't too afraid of one single Barbarian, but it works well against those guards. It looks like Gxtorshot's going to take actually quite a bit of damage from the guards out on the left lane, but instead chooses to focus on the right. Can he get the Balloon in there? It's going to deal death damage at least. Gets the hit off! The Miner soaking so much damage for that push. Great value for Gxtorshot in that exchange.
832 on that top right tower, but now maybe we'll see a little bit more aggression intensity coming down. We're in double elixir now. Let's see what happens. Electro Wizard.
Just cycling through elixir here on the right side. Gxtorshot splitting some skeletons up, but he's not going to be able to connect with this push. Looks like Baby Dragon, Electro Wizard, and Furnace is going to be an absolute roadblock here. That wasn't his main goal, though. He was just trying to distract out in front for a Miner to get some more chip damage out and back, but Garcizalez got a great catch there with those guards. It looks like Garcizalez is now switching out to Lightning to try to get a little bit of chip damage out that right side. He's not able to get a single Royal Giant into play yet, though, and I think that might be his downfall at this point, Allie.
Why? I mean, okay, there it is. I was going to say, I don't know if we just haven't seen it because he's just been starved for elixir. He's just been... Here he is now, but he's kind of on his own there. Okay, now the minion's coming down. Bar barrel's down.
Gxtorshot was bleeding a little bit of elixir there, but he had to do it in order to get the perfect placement on that Inferno Tower. Burns up the Royal Giant without too much trouble, but the big deciding factor here now for Garcizalez is, do I want to spend my guards on defense to try to catch miners, or do I want to try to spend my guards on offense to soak damage from this Inferno Tower? Unfortunately, because that right side tower is so low, I think he's more often going to be playing guards on defense. The fact that he didn't right there, and you see that miner connecting, is several hundred more damage for Gxtorshot.
Here they come, little Furnace boys running up.
Little Fire Spirits trying to jump into the action.
Little fire boys. They're
hey, they deal a lot of damage.
They do.
And
again, the versatility of the ground and air targeting is wonderful.
Oh, absolutely. That's another swing for the Miner out on the right side. No big spell in Gxtorshot's deck, so he really does need that cycling damage time and time again. He does have a little bit of cushioning here with that Furnace out in front and the E-Wiz wandering in, so I think he figures he's got enough time to send in the Royal Giant.
A little time with that.
But this is pretty much the last opportunity for Garcizalez to try to get the win here. He probably will be able to defend against this Balloon, but the Miner's going to get several more chip shots off.
Oh, 272, it's so close.
Couldn't catch that Inferno Tower. Now, he does have Lightning in this deck, so that is another avenue that he could try to play to take out this Inferno Tower, but we haven't seen him have enough elixir in that sort of push to be able to pull it off. Instead, he's going to go in with the troops. He's going to get quite a bit of damage. In fact, forces out a defensive Miner from Gxtorshot. This is a tricky scenario for Gxtorshot. Garcizalez is able to get a Mega Minion pretty close to the tower, but I think that should be enough to keep them off. This is sort of turning into a bridge spam, though, Allie.
Oh my gosh, that's massive damage coming down.
Fire Spirit splash onto the tower, taking it down to 287. That is awfully close. I think we got lightning range. Takes it out.
A second win for Garcizalez. We're 2-2. We're tied up in the last series of the quarterfinal.
A heroic effort there from Gxtorshot to try to catch the lightning using skeletons, but I'm pretty sure the tower had a bit more hit points than the skeletons in that exchange.
And you can see a little bit of exasperation, maybe exhaustion, disappointment on the face of Gxtorshot, but
So close yet so far.
This is going to be the last time, I promise, last time I say this today, anything could happen. And now we are down to the last game here. This is it for a shot at the $5,000. Well, not quite yet. This is for a shot at the semifinals and then the $5,000. But either way, they're walking away with
Well, you got to
money.
win this one if you want to stay in contention for
Exactly.
that $5,000 prize pool that we have here. The dangerous thing about that last deck that we just saw, the Royal Giant Furnace deck, and other decks like Bridge Spam, is that you don't often have the primary win condition of the deck, the Royal Giant in that last case, or the Battle Ram in the case of Bridge Spam, being the primary source of damage. It is the thing that targets onto buildings, and so
Sure.
you would often assume it's going to be the primary push factor there, but Garcizalez had a lot of different ways to get damage in, and
Sure.
he managed to just stack it up on tower.
And like you were saying, we didn't even really see the Royal Giant that much until much later in the game, but it wasn't even necessary. We never even really saw. He just kind of tanked away, soaked some damage up to allow those other little chip attacks to do their damage, do the work.
Gxtorshot grabs a 2-for-4 pull using that Ice Golem to keep the Lumberjack away from tower, and with a giant snowball onto the minions, had a nice early start here. He's going to have to deal with a Battle Ram out the right side, though, and Inferno Tower will get the job done.
Yeah, that works. There's still, to me, nothing more satisfying than rolling over an entire swarm with a bar barrel. I just think it's the most satisfying experience
Squish.
ever. You just a little splat.
It's even more fun in
It's all
2v2 when they've got like a Goblin Gang and a Princess, a Skeleton Army.
You're
and
like,
all
oh,
sorts of stuff.
really?
Oh, nice army you have there. And it's gone.
Bye-bye.
And it's gone.
Oh, you'll have to see your fireball, a classic.
Edward, why does it hurt here?
Oh.
Get the log rolling straight over you.
Are we at
There's
that
nothing you
time?
can do.
Okay.
He's in trouble. Look, this is a 2-2 matchup. We're super close. The deciding game of this set. And it's relatively dead heat. As we said earlier on, our friends over at Stats Royale predict that this is actually only a 0.4% advantage for the deck that Garcizalez is running. You couldn't ask for a better way to end the day out.
Oh, absolutely. I love to see the tension. I love to see the even matchups here. And I mean, Garcizalez has proven that it is. He says, you know what, I see your first 2 wins, and I will match you with 2. I will call. Here I am. And now we're in a game 5 for a shot at the semis. The loon is out. Here he goes. Doesn't make it to the tower.
Got a bit closer, but every
Sure.
time you fail to connect with that loon, that's just going to be a little bit more chip damage coming in from those minions, the Magic Archer, peeling a few more 100 hit points off the tower. And I got to say, as we've seen before, whenever you are running the same deck back to back to back, you can expect your opponent to start to get a sense for the pacing of that match. Garcizalez is playing very well in this game, despite not really having much of a way to really shut down this Inferno Tower. He's poking and prodding and taking an inch anytime Gxtorshot even lets up just a little bit.
Yeah, every opportunity that he has to chip away at those towers, he is taking it. And yeah, you're right about that. And I like to. Oh, here we go. The balloon's gonna serve as cover and distraction. No.
Oh, that's gonna be a knockback for the giant snowball. Balloon's getting awfully close. Barely misses the drop, but that's gonna be a great death damage strike over on the left side. Garcizalez is gonna have to hit back hard right now if he wants to take advantage of this big elixir clump that he's been able to put together. Inferno Dragon with minions over on the left side, a Lumberjack and Magic Archer on the right, but Gxtorshot shuts it down. Send it packing. That's no additional damage on the tower for him to claim. And this Bridge Spam deck, despite being great at just being able to snowball and turn that little advantage into an avalanche of destruction, has not been able to crash down on either tower so far.
All right. Oh. I just keep getting distracted. I'm getting distracted here because I see damage going in and I'm so excited about the balloon connecting with the tower. It does once. A little bit of damage on that right side tower.
That one hit is incredible, though, for Gxtorshot. That
huge.
Absolutely puts him far ahead. Now, we've seen plenty of times where he's been able to use that miner cycle for just a bit more chip damage here and there. And once again, he's able to play both lanes. Even if he's got a huge advantage over on right, he's sending a balloon in over the left.
That's going to be
even it up.
Be huge damage on the left side as well for him.
Oh, those skeletons are not going to block for the Inferno Dragon. It actually manages to lock on tower. That is really bad for Gxtorshot. The Inferno Dragon burning that right side down to 621. A crucial misplay in double elixir time that could cost him the game.
Are we going to see an upset here?
If I expect an upset, it's not an upset, so I'll say no to that
Okay,
question.
that's fine. That's fine. We'll keep it together. We still got a minute 37 to go. And I'm not going to say it again. I'm not going to say anything about it.
Oh, unfortunate placement there on that Barbarian barrel. Magic Archer getting several shots off of the right side tower. Gxtorshot not happy at all about that. And with
The
one
141 with the
final
fireball!
Garcizalez is your semi-finalist from this matchup.
And we have to say goodbye to Gxtorshot, who looked so strong in the opening with the first 2 wins.
Reverse sweep.
And you know who loves to see that?
Who loves to see that?
Chat loves to
Twitch
see that.
chat loves to see
Chat loves to see that. I know that they are happy. Chat is ecstatic. I am ecstatic. I've just been surprised by all of this today. So we've seen these players who are basically unknown, relatively unknown players going up against recognizable names, and all of them, I don't even know if I can call them underdogs because they perform so well. All of these guys coming in who came through the online qualifiers are now sitting in the semifinals.
That's how you make your name in the Clash community. You take down someone who plays for a team like Arctic Gaming and Superliga Orange. You make your way through the online qualifier, and it's not easy to do even just that.
No.
But you get up to the big stage and prove that you can do it in a live environment. That gets you one step closer to the semifinals tomorrow and to a chance of competing in Clash Royale League maybe one day.
Absolutely, and I'm telling you, I'm not going to forget their names. I might not be able to pronounce them correctly, but they're cemented in my brain now, and I'm excited to see what they can do tomorrow in the semifinals and eventually the grand finals and that shot at the juicy, delicious 5K grand prize. But a good fight, though, still, from Gxtorshot. Those were great matchups. I don't think there could have been a better way to end today.
Not at all. Well, thank you very much for tuning in. We've got one more interview, but that's going to be it from us here on the desk. My name is Woody. Thanks very much for watching us. Have a great Father's Day. Hope that y'all tune in tomorrow as well to watch the semifinals and the grand final for both Clash Royale and Brawl Stars. Allie, you want to send it off?
I would love to. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for allowing us your time, and enjoy the final interview here with Lucy. Lucy, take it away.
Thanks, guys. This is the last matchup, and you brought it back, a 3-0 reverse sweep on Gxtorshot, who was pretty much the one to win that everyone was looking at there. Were you able to pull it out there at the end to win?
¿Cómo ha remontado el 3-0 y eso? Vamos, ¿cómo ha remontado el 3-0? ¿Cómo te has visto?
Bueno, yo sabía que con Gigante Noble y Globo se podía ganar fácil. Lo complicado iba a ser con el Spambry y bueno, por un error del rival pues he podido ganar.
That the Royal Giant and the Globo, Miner Globo is more easy, and the last deck is more difficult, but he can win.
We're having a fun time on the stage right now here because we've got the translator, his translator Juan, here with me to try to get this coordinated here. We're working a little bit with my jet lag, with the language barrier here, but we're going to win these. So you didn't get the first 2 maps, or the first 2 matches won. However, in what moment with your decks did you find that you were dominating your opponent?
Que en la primera partida, ¿cómo has dominado tanto y luego has perdido?
¿En la primera?
Sí, la primera match. ¿No? Sí, la primera partida.
Pues si yo he perdido la primera partida.
What did he do in his playstyle to change up to be able to 3-0 his opponent?
Sí, eso, ¿cómo has remontado la primera partida? En plan, de cómo has perdido la primera partida y luego has remontado.
Bueno, pues el móvil la verdad es que cuando le daba las cartas, pues no se tiraban y también estaba jugando con sonido y al final pues he preferido jugar sin sonido y concentrarme más.
De que first match estaba nervous and no sabía, I don't know they use the mobile and don't play good.
Oh, what does he usually play on?
What?
He said he doesn't play on the phone well?
Yeah.
What does he usually play on a tablet? Is that, or how is he coming through and playing Clash Royale at a competitive level?
No, bueno, he played with the mobile, but the other mobile.
Oh, the ones we have here. All right, I see. Well, you made it through to tomorrow. Woo, you did it. Good luck tomorrow. You guys are fantastic. I'll go ahead and let you guys go celebrate your victory here for tomorrow. And, I guess he's gonna cross this way. Go ahead, it's fine. We win these. All right, we're gonna stay right here. You guys at home, don't you worry, that does it for us here for the quarterfinals of Clash Royale. Be sure to come back tomorrow at 12 p.m. CEST. It's going to be the semifinals for Brawl Stars, then into Clash Royale. We're gonna be crowning a champion for each of those games. So that's it for me. I'm Lisa Malambri here at DreamHack Summer. You guys, thank you so much to Samsung for making all of this possible, and we'll see you tomorrow.